and welcome back to Impress Yourself, our channel on Succeeding on Purpose. I hope you've had a wonderful week and that you're using the tools that we've relayed and the rationales. More to come. Today, I just wanted to take a moment and go over some of my success tools that I've used since the age of 16. And you're more than half welcome to be inspired by it or to run out and get some of these books. I think I'm missing one book, but I'll mention it and I'll insert a picture for you. So let's get in. All right, so first and foremost, Brian Tracy, Psychology of Achievement. Don't laugh. Yes, this is the cassette version and some are missing. I would listen to this over and over and over again when I was 16. And that started my success journey. And I still have it all these years. And the second was more cassettes, The Psychology of Winning. I don't know if they have this in book. I have a little cassette player that I record my thoughts and whatnot on, so I listen to the one but I should check and see if they have them on book or on Audible. Yeah, The Psychology of Winning by Dennis Waitley. And these date back, I think when I was putting this together in the 80s or something of that nature. It was when they were first published, or yeah. You all know Tony Robinson, so Unlimited Power, the way to peak performance achievement. Yes, I was listening to this at 16, and wow. These are actually my dad's, and my dad was a technical engineer, and so he was really interested. He was a welding technical engineer, something of that nature. So he was really interested in achievement and success. So I would sneak and listen to them too. They were all brand new. We weren't allowed to touch them, but I'd wait till he went to work and I was in there. I was just so curious. So yeah, big kudos to Tony Robinson. The next book that I have really loved is An Enemy Called Average. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I showcase this. I read it over and over again. It's so easy to read. Great insights that are digestible and doable. And this is by John Mason. You all are very familiar with this one, The Secret. Oh, when this came out, I was over the moon. DVD, journal, the whole 9 yards. I am totally sold on this. And I do believe in the power of manifestation. And yes, The Secret. The next book up is The Greatness Guide. And this is by Robin, let me make sure I say his name right, Sharma. And if you are familiar with this, he also wrote The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, or something of that nature. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And that was a big hit back then. But I really liked The Greatness Guide. Then the next one of my absolute favorites is by Iyanla Vanzant. And One Day My Soul just opened up. Oh my gosh. I read this, and I think I read this when I had our first child. You can tell here she was writing in here. And I've kept writing it, reading it over and over the years, and all my notes. I did all the exercises. And this was really great in teaching me how to appreciate who I am, my potential, how to make peace with challenges around me. An awesome read, and I love the exercises. The next book that you're probably very familiar with is Jack Canfield, Key, The Law of Attraction. No explanation needed. And we have here, as you can see, I'm still reading it today, but I read this over and over again, also refer to it. The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dwyer. Amazing book on, sort of choosing your thoughts, choosing your intentions, how to make them happen. Absolutely love this book. And what's also wonderful, as someone who loves color, look at the artwork in this book. Isn't that just beautiful and uplifting? Oh my gosh, what a beautiful book. I absolutely loved not just the content, but the beauty of the pages. I would be remiss not to mention Motherless Daughters. Just a little bit of tidbit information about me. My mom passed when I was 8 years of age. She died one evening with her head in my lap. So I was always curious as to the impact that could have potentially had on thoughts and actions and perceptions. So in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I went out and I got this book, Motherless Daughters. This was featured on Oprah, and I was so grateful for it. It was very hard to find information on loss as a young child and as a female. And this book really helped me understand, what to look out for, how to make the experience be a blessing to both my mom and I. Absolutely love this book, and it's by Hope Edelman. All right. The next book, and you're all probably very aware of it, The Seed of the Soul. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this book. I love it, love it, love it. And I still read it to this day. Gary Zukav, may God bless him. The other book that that is in my kit, but I think my husband must have it reading, is The Road Less Traveled. Can I just tell you, that book is such an eye-opener. On the front there is a note that says it's a work of grace. I totally agree. It's absolutely a work of grace. And so if of all the books, get that one. The Road Less Traveled. Honorable mentions that I also carry and walk. Maya Angelou, oh bless her heart, would take nothing for my journey now. I read this when I was still in my teens. And it was such a blessing such an eye-opener as to, I don't know if I was in my teens or maybe young adult, but really on self-respect, and that we all share challenges and journeys and what it's really like to love yourself and be inspired and how to shape your own life. Thank you, Maya Angelou. One of my absolute favorites, and I hand this out to everyone who has had a loss in their lives. Embraced by the Light, Betty J. 80. It gave me hope, potential insight, and it was very comforting to know what potentially could be on the other side. And I'm sure, when you talk about near death, there's so many, oh, it's not real, it's not. I believe that it's real. And this book, she seemed authentic and genuine, and I really appreciated being comforted by this book. I would not be remiss to mention that at the age of 16, I found a New Testament in my home, and I had my New Testament to show you. It's all raggedy and all torn apart, but I think my husband must have tucked it away in our memory box because he was like, oh my gosh. I read that front to back when I was 16, and it really taught me about grace, personal power, how we can navigate our own lives. I don't know about any religious rhetoric, but it really taught me about love, grace, self-empowerment, thinking of others, how your actions affect others, and really how to be successful. I read that book, and I went from a D a D student to a straight A student after reading the New Testament and really taking hold of the lessons inside of them. I was always a great student, but had had a rough transition. A rough transition in middle school. I don't know. All I could think about was the boy across the way. So he was killed. Instead of focusing on my work, oh my gosh, hormones. I would not, this would not be complete without sharing with you my planner. And my favorite planner, it's a little bit messy because I've stuck I use it all the time, is the Happy Planner. And this one says, only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatness. So this is my 2020. I've been using the Happy Planner for 3 years now. And I absolutely enjoy the layout. And one of the things that I love to do is decorate it to no end and track and follow and you know, do any self-reflective exercises. My one last year had self-reflective exercises. This one doesn't. It only has it like at the beginning of the month. Like, what are you reading? What are you planning? What are you watching? What are you eating? And important and noted, etc. And I love it. And I love all these little quotes that you go through. Self-love club. And yeah, so my happiness planner. I've been using a planner since 16. Since the age of 16, I really enjoyed. I really thrived with using planners to really organize my goals. So a few mentionables out here, and you can get these. You can get these. These are new to me, but I love them. Resilience by Josh Floyd, and Focus Emotional Intelligence series by Harvard Business Review Press, and Resilience. I'm a huge resilience advocate. And Get Done More in Less Time. Those are my newbies. So thank you so much for joining me today. And in my reading nook, I just love it here. I take breaks here. I read here. I brainstorm here. I ponder here. So all my reading materials and stuff are in here. And so thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any questions about any of the books or tools I showcased today, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try and find links and put them in the description for you. I'll see you next time on our next video. So don't hesitate to impress yourself. Remember, you were born to succeed. Succeed on purpose, and I am rooting